Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our virtual back to school night. My name is Holly Basillo, and I am your son or daughter's social studies teacher. I'm just going to give you a brief introduction to me, and then we'll talk about the class, the grade breakdown, and I will show you access to the homework website. So this slide just tells you a little bit about me. This is my 9th year here at Rutherford High School. This is a list of classes that I've taught this year, and for the last couple years, I've been teaching the Honors U.S. History 1 class and a sociology elective. I am also the yoga club advisor. So here is a list of the course outline. So these are the major themes and topics that we're going to cover this year in history class. So since it is an honors course, it is a lot of information. We cover a large time period, so we move relatively quickly. And like I said, these are the general topics. So we start all the way back with the European first contact with the Native Americans, and then we take it all the way through the Civil War and Reconstruction. So this is the honors grading policy. So the grades are broken down into 4 categories, and I'm just going to explain each of them very briefly. So the first one, and the one that's weighted most heavily, are tests and projects, and they are worth 40% of the grade. So tests are traditional tests, multiple choice, short answer, essay. They will always have at least a week's notice before a test is coming up. We will prepare by, using study guides and review games, so students will always be prepared for tests. Projects, we will have at least one project per marking period. They are always a group project or at least a partner project, so no one's ever working by themselves, and that is in the same category as tests. Then we have quizzes. Quizzes are 30% of the grade. We will have a quiz usually with every chapter once we complete it. There are no pop quizzes, so there will always be at least a day or two's notice to study for the quiz. This year, obviously, all tests and quizzes are going to have to be electronic so that students who are fully virtual or virtual on the days that a quiz or a test are given can access them as well. I will also sometimes grade other assignments as quiz grades. If there is an assignment that is a little bit bigger than a classwork assignment or it involved a lot of research, something like a debate, we will have many debates this year. I will always grade those as a quiz as well, but the students will always know ahead of time what is being graded as a quiz. Then next we have classwork and participation. So much of the assignments that are given in class are going to be classwork participation grades, and this is 15% of the grade. So anything they're working on individually or in groups, when we go over a primary source reading, any type of activity that we do in class that's not otherwise specified will always count as a classwork participation grade. And then the last category is homework. So homework is 15% of the grade. Homework is given every week in the honors course. It usually will be either notes from the textbook or a primary source or some sort of outside source that students are asked to annotate. I explained to students on the first day of school how important completing their homework is, because homework is never busy work. It is usually a reading that I want the students to have completed ahead of time before we go over the information, because I count on them for their participation. So in other words, today we went over an event called Bacon's Rebellion. So I had students read a primary source on Bacon's Rebellion. They had to annotate it, bring their notes to class, so that when they came to class, it wasn't just me lecturing from a PowerPoint. They were working in groups, they were answering questions together, and then they were able to contribute to discussion and answer my questions. So again, homework is very, very important, and it's usually given once or twice a week. This year, there are no benchmark assessments, so it's just the 4 categories shown above. And I would like to show you access to the teacher page now. So I'm sure many of you have accessed this already, but for those of you that have not, all you have to do is go to the Rutherford Schools website, and if you click Quick Links, it'll take you all the way to the bottom of the page. And then if you click Homework Sites, it's going to give you a list of schools. You click high school, and then it'll list all of us by department. So if you scroll down to Social Studies and World Languages, find my name, this is my website that will pop up. So then each class was assigned one of these names over here. So let's say your child is in Gryffindor. When you click on that tab to the left-hand side, it's going to show you the calendar. So the calendar is going to have all important dates for quizzes, tests, any assignments that are due, homeworks that are due, and if you click on the tab, it'll expand it and tell you what's going on. Okay, so anything that's due or super relevant will be on this calendar in addition to the Google Classroom in which all the students are a part of. Okay, and the last thing I would like to mention is extra help and contact information. So I know that especially this year in particular, this is totally new terrain. We've never been here before. So I do want to make sure that I am available and accessible to all students and to parents if for some reason there's an issue or you have a question about something. Please don't hesitate to reach out. If your child needs me, I'm here before school in room 307. They can always meet with me then. If they would like to meet after school hours, I have set office hours between 1:15 and 2:35 p.m. So we can always meet via Zoom if that is what they would prefer, or they can always email. And these options are available to you as well. Like I said, if there's ever any question, concern, whatever it is, please don't hesitate to reach out. All right, I hope that you enjoyed our virtual back to school night, and I will hopefully talk to you soon.